Have you ever been driving in icy weather when you came across an ice patch and your car started sliding to the right? Now, we all think that turn the wheel to the left and stay on the road. You know, what you're supposed to really do, though, is turn the wheel to the right and gain control of your car. It's counterintuitive, but it will probably have a much more positive result. You know, in business, we see a lot of counterintuitive things. Take, for instance, technology. It wasn't too long ago, about 10 years ago, that a guy came up with the idea that maybe if we had handheld devices that did not have buttons, that might be a good thing. And I think that we all now know today the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad is such a valuable thing. It was counterintuitive to think that you shouldn't have buttons. Let me give you another example. How about the situation where we all used to be so concerned about the security on our computers? Today, people are telling us that we're supposed to keep that information much safer in what they call a cloud, somewhere in cyberspace, and actually not on our computer. And how about all the concerns that we had about privacy and keeping our personal information from getting out to the public? Do you know today that someone came up with the idea, and there are now 500 million people sharing their personal information on Facebook? The guy who was counterintuitive there was just named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Now, this counterintuitive thinking isn't all modern thinking. I think one of the first original counterintuitive thinkers that I can think of is an Italian that had this really wacky idea. He couldn't convince anyone else in Italy that it was a good idea, and he went to Spain and asked the King of Spain to fund this experiment. And Ferdinand, the King of Spain, said, this guy was out of his mind. But his wife Isabella said, give Christopher Columbus the money to really prove whether the world is flat or round.